Tonight we're making meatloaf muffins, individual meatloaf if you will. And I'm using a Kinder's meatloaf seasoning packet that somebody sent to me because they thought of me when they saw it. So this is what we're using. But we're not following the packet, not to a T, because I have too much meat. Problem I have sometimes. I have 2 pounds of ground beef going in. The face helps. After you touch raw meat of any kind, wash your fucking hands. I'm going to add in my Kinder seasoning packet. Smells good. A half a cup or so of breadcrumbs, seasoned, unseasoned, whatever you have. I have plain. I wasn't planning on making this today. It just came to me this morning and I had all the stuff. A half a cup of milk. Mine's lactose free because I'm a lactose intolerant lady. 3 eggs. This egg is cracked. It needs to go in the trash. Because I have more meat than the packet called for, I'm going to add additional seasonings. I'm going to add some of this Kinder's wood-fired garlic. I like it. This is my second container of it. I would have used cowboy butter, but it was in the back of my spice cabinet and I'm not digging around, not tonight. That looks good. And naturally, a metric ton of garlic. That'll do. It helps if you splash some of your seasonings out of the bowl. I'm also gonna add in some barbecue sauce because I'm gonna make a glaze for the top of this and it's gonna include this barbecue sauce. This is Kinder's Hickory Brown Sugar. This is not sponsored, but I should be at this point. That'll do. Oh, and your oven should be at 350 degrees. Mine's not. It is now. This would be best to be mixed with your hands. However, I don't have gloves and I'm not doing it with my fingernails. I don't often get the chance to have my fingernails done and I'm not ruining it with meatloaf. There's a fly in here. Matthew, there's a fly in here. Decently mixed most of the way, as much as possible. I am making mini meatloaf. I'm not making one giant meatloaf, but there's going to be a lot of it. So we're going to make 2 tins. Hopefully that's enough. And we will be having leftovers tomorrow. So we are going to pack each well with meatloaf. Each well. I'm getting a hand cramp. Here you have it. Mini meatloaves. Pop them in the oven until they look mostly done. And then we will top them with a sauce. Meatloaf sauce. And what is meatloaf sauce, you might be asking? Well, it's a little bit of barbecue sauce. You know what? I'm doing this all wrong. I have a perfectly good squeeze bottle here. I'm going to pour this back in. And you're thinking, Jessica, you already dirtied the Pyrex. Yes, but for some reason, I have this problem where I pick up barbecue sauce every time I go to the grocery store. So we're just gonna mix a bunch of stuff. Barbecue sauce. I have maple syrup, just a little, real maple syrup. That'll do for sweetness. And ketchup. I am not a ketchup on my meatloaf type of lady, but my husband is. So I'm converting, okay? And now my meatloaf sauce is in a convenient little squeeze bottle and I can just shake her up. The face is important. Now, at this point, you can make your sides for your meatloaf. It's gonna be a minute. I'm making mac and cheese. I wanted to make mashed potatoes. That felt like too much work and I'm not doing it. Please stop touching my camera. Thank you. Have a seat. Enjoy the show. So instead of mashed potatoes and corn, I will be making Walmart brand mac and cheese from a box. Microwaved broccoli. I'm not showing you that. Some time has elapsed and my meatloaves are looking mostly done. So I'm going to take my handy dandy meatloaf sauce bottle and squirt it over top of each loaf. Meatloaf. Add as much as you would like in your home. I don't know how much you'd like. I don't even know how much I'd like. I've never made this before. Did I tell you that? Once each loaf has been sufficiently sauced, pop it back in the oven, but this time under the broiler. Your mac and cheese, your broccoli, whatever side you're feeding your family should be almost done now. There you have it. Mini meatloaves with boxed mac and cheese and frozen broccoli. And I know what you're thinking. Is it even good? And I hope so, because this is dinner, and I'm really hoping that my children will try it. It's like a giant meatball, right? All of my forks are in the dishwasher, so I'm using a plastic fork. Stop judging me. Let's give this a taste. That is what the inside of my meatloaf looks like. Beautiful, gorgeous. That is so good. That Kinder's meatloaf seasoning packet, delicious. Definitely will buy that again. And every single meatloaf has a crispy edge. It is so good. But Of course it's good. I made it. Follow along for more aggressive tutorials.